Storytimers, we're back at it with another video. And today I'm gonna tell y'all about the time I got catfished by this old ass man. It's a lot. But we're gonna get through it together. So, basically, let me set the scene for y'all. So this was back in 2018. Yes, 2018. So I was on this, I had downloaded this gay app, y'all. I ain't gonna say which one it was, but for the ones that y'all know which one is the popping one, that's the one I was on. And so with me being on the app, like the app tells you like who's close in your vicinity. Like, you know, some people got pictures, some people don't. Like, you know, you gotta weed out the bunch. So I was doing my thing, you know, scrolling through. This is like when I first like got on the scene, like the gay scene per se. So I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what to do. Like my two friends was helping me like how to maneuver through the app and things like that. So I'm scrolling one day, boom. I see this picture with this man. He's older, probably like, Nah, for sure. It was, I think, did it say his age? I think it said his age, y'all. I think it said his age, and that's what made me be like, okay, cool. Cause, fun fact, I always wanted to, you know, rendezvous with an older nigga. Like, just to see what it's about. Just to see what that's like. You know what I'm saying? A little sugar daddy there. Sugar baby. So, basically, I'm like, okay, boom. You know, he in his 50s. It did. It said 54. I remember it now. It said 54. And I was like, okay, you know. But he was a cute 54. Okay? Not the crunchy 54. Not the crusty 54. But bitch, the cute 54. So I'm like, okay, cool. But mind you, the nigga got on a hat. And like, I wish I had a damn hat by me. And all of his pictures, like, let's say this the hat. And like, he's like head down. You know, giving very much so uncle, like, that just got a Facebook vibes. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I mean, nice body. Like, from right here, like, even though I couldn't see the eyes, but like from right here to down here, it was, you know, it was giving what it was supposed to give. So, bitch, I'm like, okay, cool. So, I'm just like, you know, boom. I think I had like liked his profile or something. So, he liked your boy back. So, I'm like, boom, game time, that's all I needed. So, I'm like, most definitely, I think I was like, hey, like, ooh, y'all, I was so nervous because like he was older. So, he liked it back. So, I'm just like, okay, cool. So, I'm like, hey. And he like, what's up? And I'm like, oh, nothing. You know, you got to give it up like you a little innocent and whatnot. So I'm like, nothing, you know, just chilling, you know, watching TV, doing my thing. So he like, oh, real. That nigga hit that, I wish I was beside you watching TV. Sir. No, like it just gave, it literally, that's when he showed his age. How the fuck you gonna come to my house? How you gonna come to my house, sit on my couch? Y'all, nigga don't know nothing about me, don't know where I live, don't know nothing. How you know you just wanna come sit by me and watch TV? But I wasn't mad because I do be having that effect on the boys. So anywho, I was just like, okay, cool. You know, I'm just feeding into it. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, the nigga went as far as asking me, what you watching? First of all, I'm watching Love and Hip Hop. Atlanta. So, no, I don't need, I love my reality TV. I don't need no distractions. I don't need none of that. Bitch. So, I'm just like, yeah, I'm watching Love and Hip Hop. This and that. He like, oh, okay, bet. So what you want when you done watching Love and Hip Hop? I want to say that was like a Sunday. And I was like, I ain't know nothing. It was literally nighttime. And like I said, this is when I was fresh on the scene. So I was kind of like nervous and scared to go meet niggas. Like, just a little nervous. Cause you be like, I don't know this nigga. This nigga don't know me. Like, what the fuck? So anywho, he was like, okay, boom. He had asked me to come see him that night. And I was like, well, nah, because I had blamed it on my nephew. I'm like, I gotta watch my nephew. And, you know, I just gotta be a good uncle and watch my nephew because I'm a family man. Bitch, you know, you gotta set it up, make it sound real good. Bitch, I was in bed watching TV. My nephew was at home with my sister. Bitch. So, basically, I'm just like, all right, cool, or whatever. He was like, he made a plan. He was like, okay, well, what you doing tomorrow? I'm like, nothing, working, getting to this money. You gotta make it sound good. You gotta make it sound good. So, he like, oh, okay, I like that. A real go-getter. Y'all know all niggas be thinking, if you tell them one thing and they take it and run with it, I like that about you. I love that about you. And it's like, nigga, you don't even know me. But that's cool, because you cute, so talk as crazy as you want. So, boom. I'm just like, all right. So, y'all, the next day come, I go to work, whole time. I'm at work. I'm like, okay, finna go meet this nigga. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna wear? Like, he an old nigga. So y'all know with old niggas, you really don't know, like, what do I do? Like, do I wear something like real, you know, do I get real jazzy for my boy? Or do I just keep it cool because they don't give a fuck about none of that shit? Hey, bitch, I'm gonna keep it jazzy as always because that's just what the fuck that's just who I am. That's just what I do. That's just how I get down. So, boom. I get home, y'all. It was like as soon as I clocked out I clocked out, then I got home. As soon as I was clocking out, my heart was like, y'all see this heart right here? Baby, thumping. The heart was thumping. So, I'm like, okay, all right, Jalen, you got this. Bitch, I got in the car. I was like, I'm going to go home, change clothes, and I'm going to head straight that way. So, y'all, I get home. I'm like, send me your address. He hit me with that, okay, just meet me at the Popeyes off of blank and blank. No, a Walgreens. It was a Walgreens, y'all, because it was a Walgreens and a Popeyes right next to each other. And so he was like, just meet me at that Walgreens. So I'm going to tell y'all why I said Popeyes earlier, because that got something to do with it. Okay, so boom. He like, meet me at the Walgreens off of blank and blank. I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all, literally probably 15 without traffic and 20 with traffic away from my house. So I'm in this whole like, okay, you know, accessible. You know, we like accessible. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, ain't too much gas. I ain't got to do too much. Just meet the nigga at Walgreens. All I got to do is meet him at Walgreens. That's it. So boom. Y'all, I get home. I change. So as I'm changing, I'm like, okay, let me get a little fly. Let me do a 1-2. To let him know that the youngin can hang and still get down. Your boy can still do his shit no matter what age. You know what I'm saying? Especially with an older nigga, you gotta act like you more mature. And, well, I used to. Now, I'm gonna act like this because what you get is what you get. So, y'all, I change clothes and I'm like, okay, cool. What you gonna do? How you gonna walk in there? You gonna be like, what's up? I'm practicing, bitch, in the mirror how I'm gonna greet this nigga like, ooh. So, y'all, I'm done changing. I get my damn keys. I get in my car and I zoom over to the Walgreens off of blank and blank. Cause I can't give y'all the location cause, that ain't what I do, baby. So, you know, you gotta be discreet with it. You gotta keep discretion. So I can't tell y'all where I was, just know I was there. So boom. I hop in my car. Corvette. Period. So when I hopped in the car, I'm driving, mind y'all. So it was traffic that day. So it was 20 minutes. So I called my close friend at the time, my friend Asia. Shout out to my girl Asia. I called Asia and I'm like, hey, I'm finna be on your side of town. I was like, I'm gonna be on your side of town. You know, I'm handling business right now. But stay on the phone with me. Cause y'all, the man had told me he was getting off of work. So he was like, I'm getting off of work. But while I'm getting off of work, I need you to meet me at the Popeyes off of blank and blank. Walgreens, sorry. The Walgreens off of blank and blank. So, boom. I'm at the Walgreens, y'all. No cap. I'm at the Walgreens for at least 20 minutes before this man even show up. So whole time, I'm on the phone with my friend just talking. I'm like, girl, yeah, you know, I'm just over here chilling, this and that. We're just talking on the phone, you know, chopping it up. So I'm like, I'm looking around, y'all. Every car that pull in, I'm like, So he was like, I'm in a gray car. I can't tell y'all what model because that's too much. I can't give y'all that tea. I can't give y'all all that. But just know, he told me he was in a gray car. So, y'all, the moment he told me that, he was like, he was at least like 20 minutes away. So, but I'm still, every gray car that come in, I'm like, damn, is that him? 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 Now, mind you, the type of car he told me he drive was an expensive car. So I was like, oh, okay, he got that bread. Get that bread, get that. Then, so I'm like, okay, nice ass car. So every car that was great and nice, bitch, I'm talking about, I'm looking, flashlight, bitch, binoculars. I'm like, is that him? Is that him? Is that him? So I'm just like, okay, all right. So the nerves is coming, y'all. The heart beating even faster. The heart beating even faster. I'm like, damn, when is this man coming? So he hit me up on the app because I didn't give him my number. So glad I didn't do that. He hit me up on the app, y'all. As he's hitting me on the app, he like, you know, he hit me up in intervals. So he like, I'm 15 minutes away. I'm 10 minutes away. I'm 5 minutes away. So I'm like, bitch, okay. He coming. So, I mind you, I'm on the phone with my friend and I didn't tell her, like, you know, exactly what I was doing at the time. So I'm like, girl, she like, you good? I'm like, girl, yeah, I'm good. I'm just up here meeting my friends so they can give me, I made up some type of bullshit lie, y'all, at that time. I'm like, girl, all right, cool. Y'all, the nigga said I'm at the light. Y'all, I can see him, because the light is like right in front of the Walgreens. So I can see him, and I'm like, oh, that's him. But the windows is tinted. Like, the windows are so tinted. Like, you would have thought the nigga was driving a limo. You literally would have thought he was driving a limo. So I'm like, damn, like, I can't even see him then. But I knew it was gray, and it was the exact model, so I knew it was him, and he was in front of the light. Y'all, I'm watching him pull in. Then he drives like past the entrance of the Walgreens and he goes to the Popeyes. Like, and I'm just like, Like, he passes me up because I tell him what kind of car I'm in. And he passes me up. And he was like, did you just see me drive by the Popeyes? And I'm like, you know, I'm like, yeah, but I thought my boy was gonna buy me a little food, but he didn't. But we ain't even gonna talk about that. But he was like, okay, yeah, come over here by the Popeyes. So I'm like, okay. Y'all, I'm backing up. I'm driving. I go by the Popeyes. He right there. Y'all, it was like a movie. He was like, he did his hand like this. Like, as to follow him. Like, he put his hand out the window and he did like this. So I'm just like, oh, not the... So, I'm like, I automatically knew that meant follow him. So, I'm following him now. And y'all, the nigga might as well gave me his address because on everything I love, As soon as we came out the parking lot of the Walgreens, his neighborhood was like, not even his house was maybe like 1 to 2 minutes away. So I'm like, what? You might as well give me your address. But anywho, you know, I understand what you're doing, my boy. You don't want nobody to know your business and all of that. Cool. So I'm like, okay. So, y'all, mind you, I'm like, I'm in a car like, okay, so, oh, nigga, my fantasy finna come true. Yes, I'm in this bitch. Fuck what y'all talking about. Y'all, he gets out of the car. He had on scrubs. I remember just like it was yesterday. And he like walking, but like with a limp, like hard, like on some, I'm like, he for real in his 50s. And not the cute 50s that his picture was displaying, but now he giving me crunchy 50s. Real crunchy. Like, it was horrible. Like the way he was walking, the way he was acting, his gestures was giving me crunchy 50-year-old vibes. And I'm just like, immediately off rip, I'm like, huh? And y'all, the man looked exactly, oh my fucking God. It wasn't him. So the man I'm finna say he looks like, this is not him, but they looked exactly alike, so it made it much more weirder. But the man looked like one of my professors in college. Like, dead ass, one of my professors that I was actually cool with. And like, I'm like, ugh. Like, immediately, I'm like, ugh, he looked like Dr. Such and Such. I'm like, ooh. So, he opened his garage and he like, so I'm like, oh my God. So, as I'm sitting in the car, I text my friend Asia and I'm like, hey, Pooh, look, if I text you the number 9, call me and make up a scenario. Shout out to Asia because she really held it down. She held it the fuck down. So, she like, bet. So, y'all, I get out the car and I'm literally walking into his house in disgust. Because he looks, on top of catfishing me, this nigga hatfished me. Y'all, he had the bozo the clown, like the no hair at the top, all the hair at the side, but the hair at the side was all thin. Like when your granddaddy be laying his hair down because he think he still got it. Yes, y'all, it was very much so that. So I'm like, oh my God, he catfished me because he had a whole nother, this not how his body looked. And the face from remember the hat was covering here to here. And bitch, from here to here, he looked good. But from here to here, it was a no. So I'm like, oh my God. Y'all, so I walk in this man's house. And I'm like, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. So I'm just like, oh my God. I'm really in this man's house. Like, and like, I'm looking around. It's like stuff like toys and stuff. As if he had like grandkids or kids. I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was, I was like, you the only one. Like, so the vibe was just like, damn, like, do other people live here? Like, what's going on? That's the vibe he was giving. So I'm just like, oh my God. So he like, yeah. So, you know, you came over here. Y'all, he trying to be sexy. He trying to be sexy and talk to me and do like foreplay. So I'm like, ooh. Like, he getting close. He trying to rub on my back and I'm, yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm leaning back. I'm like, no, sir. Like, this ain't the league. Y'all, so I'm like, oh, okay, hold on. I was like, let me text my friend real quick. I forgot. I had lied. I was like, I left the oven on in my house. Let me text my friend to turn it off. He like, okay. Bitch, I opened that phone and pressed 9 and sent it to Asia so fast. I have never. Bitch, bitch, if Asia wouldn't have answered at that point, I would have called 911. Cause no. So, I'm just like, oh my God. So, bitch, immediately, Asia, she called. What's up, Pooh? Oh my God, she come real quick. Annie need you. Annie need you. Something just happened to Annie. Something just happened to Annie. And I'm like, Annie hurt? Y'all. First of all, I'm just saying Annie and ain't no name after Annie. I'm talking about Annie really hurt bad. So, boom. I hang up. I'm like, oh my God, my Annie is hurt. Like, she need me. She need me right now. I gotta go. So he like, right now? I'm like, right now, like, I gotta go. Like, ain't nothing else I can do right now but go. I was like, but I promise, you know what? I'ma call you. Mind y'all, I ain't even have his number. I'ma call you. Matter of fact, I'ma just hit you up on the app. And so I'm leaving, y'all. I'm grabbing my stuff. He like, okay, all right, cool. Yeah, you know, no problem. I'm like, yeah, that's right, no problem. I'ma hit you up. Don't hit me, I'ma hit you. Y'all, I'm running out the house. I'm jumping in the car. Bitch, I'm like, oh my God. Y'all. So, I call Asia. I'm like, girl, I'm finna come to your house. So, boom. I go to her house, and I'm like, oh, she like, you good? So, I'm like, girl, yeah, I'm good. It's just some crazy shit just happened. I was supposed to go on a date. I was supposed to meet up with this man. It was a catfish. I'm shook. It was a whole lot of. Yes, I'm just shook. So we in her house. It's just me and her, and I'm chilling. Y'all, we laying on the bed. We just chilling, all on the bed, cute and classy. And I'm like, bitch, I'm feeling my pants. Y'all, my wallet is gone. My wallet is not in my pants at all. Like, at all. When I say at all. So I'm like, Asia. She like, what's up? I'm like, is my wallet is it in your house right now? She like, no. So she gets up and look, and then she was like, okay, yeah, I was right. No, it's not in here. Like, it's not. And I'm just like, oh my God, y'all. So at this point, I'm terrified because I'm like, I have to go back. I have to go back to this man's house that I left and get my wallet. So I'm like, Asia, I gotta go. So I start freaking out, bitch. My heart started doing this again. I'm like, Asia, I can't. She like, okay, cool. I'm like, girl, I'll call you if I need you. I run out the house. I get in my car. Y'all, I was so scared because I just thought about so much going through my head. I'm like, and mind you, at this time, I hadn't told my parents that I was gay yet. Like, I didn't come out to my parents, even though they knew. That's a whole nother story. Whole nother story time. That was crazy within itself. That's a whole nother story time that's coming later. But yes, at this time, because this was definitely 3 or 4 years ago when this happened. Yeah, at that time, I did not tell them. They didn't know officially. That's what I'm gonna say. So I'm like, oh my God, my parents don't know, bitch. And what if this man keep my wallet when I go over there? He my daddy age. I'm gonna have to call my daddy. My daddy gonna be like, why was you over this old ass man house? Then my daddy gonna have to come up here and beat this man ass. Like, it was just crazy. So I'm literally shook. I'm like, bitch, and everything just finna be horrible. Y'all, when I say I flew back to that man's house, and y'all, I was so nervous. I ran and I banged on his door. Because remember, I had to keep the act going. I banged on his door and he opened it. He like, hey, you good? You all right? I'm like, yes. I just realized my wallet is missing. And my auntie still need me. And he like, okay, yeah, well, come in, come look for it. So y'all, I run in. I look in the kitchen because that's where I was. I looked by the couch just in case whenever I walked by the couch, it fell out, but it didn't. God. Thank God. I'm like, okay. Once again, I run out and I'm just like, okay, thank God it wasn't there, because what if he would have like took a picture of like everything that was in my wallet? He would have known where I was when I stayed and all of that. So I'm like, okay, it's not here. Thank God it's not here. And yeah, I flew home because at that point I couldn't just handle the day. I couldn't handle the day no more. It was getting too crazy. I flew home, and when I flew home, y'all, remember when I got home from work and I had changed? Bitch, my wallet was still in my work pants. So, yes. As crazy as that whole day was, I was just over it. And when I got home, bitch, I couldn't do nothing but go to sleep. And I want you to know it was like 7-something when I went to sleep early, because I was just crazy. So, yes, that was the time I got catfished by this old ass man. And I hope y'all love the story. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all later, two-timers.